Freddie, my man, let me go through this really quick for you so that it's not such a long video. When you're in here, obviously you click the name. So I'm in your login, and she just added me for somebody. This is something that you might need to work on, whatever pieces they're missing. And I really think, bro, you need a nice admin or somebody to get in there to help you because we're missing a few things here. So you're in here and Claudia Bautista. So, and you see her, right? Her role, right? So, and that's okay, but I thought she was leaving already. If she's not, she's getting these calls. If you're getting any, I'm sure that's okay. Now, I just did this for you. I added sojoevents.com because it was not added in there. They're not real big about pushing an hourly rate or daily rate space, but because it's part of your building, they kind of have to. But that just goes to show you a little bit about what's going on. You do got some square footage space that doesn't have any rent on it. You should probably have something on those. Executive suites, you don't have to. They just happened to have a meeting this morning talking about executive suites. And so they're going to be listing that. So there's a couple of tutorials I'm gonna take because there's a couple things in here that I think we're missing. It's great to have leads that they're ready to lease space right now, but you also got people that have been shopping more than once. That's the same thing with Google Leads that I try to show Tang and Eric when they've got their teams on it. So now they got their teams not only tackling things in the first 5 minutes, but they're calling things. We set it up in Podio that they're calling these leads on a repetitious basis, especially for the first 14 days. There needs to be a 5-4-3-2-1, 5 contact attempts on the first day, call, text, email. The second day should be 4. How many calls, how many texts, how many emails is that? And then 3, 2, and 1 on that first week. Second week, you launch it again, 5-4-3-2-1. If you get absolutely no return activity on any of those calls or leads from whatever source you're getting it from, then you can move it to long-term follow-up where they just get a drip campaign and if they ever come back on the map. So you could have a business or an office complex or a company anywhere trying to move here and they happen to find your building, which would be great, but they may not be ready. They're probably getting bids and proposals and looking at locations, so it's okay for them to kind of pop in and search, but they may not be ready today. So you want to build that pipeline, bro. That pipeline before the closed pipeline, or because a deal that's done, we already know it's done. It's in the bucket. But that's kind of the issue that I think might be happening here, and you're going to either need a virtual assistant, probably not the best way to go, maybe on Upwork, or you might need to hire somebody. Not real sure who you got helping you, that if you can get them cheap enough, and I'll come help train them and show them. I'll come sit over there with them, him or her, and show them how to drill this sucker down for you, okay? For me to blow you up more leads on Google, it's not going to be a problem. I'll pick up what they're not getting. But we need to fix some things first, man. So here's the bad news. So, when you do office space for rent Fort Worth, LoopNet shows up first. But when you click LoopNet, then you have to actually do another search. And I told the girl that. And then where are you? You're not on here right now. See that? You should be coming up first if I'm searching, for you. So then if you look, Keller, office space for Keller. This is a Google search. So you can see the paid ads that are right here. Hopefully you're watching the video. LoopNet is #1 organic. So they are right. Somehow they're paying for that position because the staff seems to think they pay for it. Trey says, we got 10 years of, whatever. So that's cool. But look at the business listing. The Sterling building shows up, no web page. Why is it the Sterling building? That should have been AppFolio with your website cleaning that shit up, bro. Or LoopNet should have went in there and fixed it for you. Why would we let this kind of search happen for you, trying to help you out? Are they just satisfied because LoopNet's ranking #1? Okay, great, organic, but dude, who's this, right? No website to click. So you're already missing there. This is the old owner, old pictures. That shit sucker should be gone, bro. And then look at the phone number that's there. So that's just one search. If I look for executive suites in Fort Worth, obviously Regis pops up because Regis owns it, right? Southlake, their new branch. So nowhere in here. But if I look up Executive Suites in Keller, Sturley Building. Same old listing. So the business, my Google business page, the business listing, they're really called Google business page. If you got access to it or can get it to me, I can help fix that. We need to clean that sucker up and redo it because that's what's showing up. So you're missing it right there already. It's incalculable the amount of business you're probably missing because as busy as Dallas Fort Worth is, people are looking for space. You got a kick-ass facility with killer pictures, but people don't even know it, right? So the other thing that I do is I'll also do an incognito search, just so you know that I wasn't messing around with my searching and I wasn't just using an open IP. So I went incognito, same problem. Work Suites shows up, Main Street Depot, and then of course when I get to LoopNet, when I look for office Keller space and I do click the LoopNet, I don't know why I would click that, because it's not telling me who it is. But if I did click it, if I specifically looked up for Keller, you did show up number one. Hallelujah, thank God, right? And so there's a lot, man, there's a lot around you. There's a lot. So I'm okay with all of that, but the big issue is your listings is not even putting you on the map, dog. And so if I do a Google campaign to drive you traffic, it's not going to drive it to you. It's going you see what I mean? We're competing with this, and then there's not even a website to click. That's a pretty good fail right there. And you're paying LoopNet and you're paying AppFolio. AppFolio is your site. LoopNet is your listing, and all this has to do with searching, and nobody found it. So I'm just testing them at what they're doing. I like the LoopNet thing. There's a lot of stuff missing here, but the prospect list is very small. Leads is pretty big, so you probably need to do some email campaigns, but that's people within LoopNet. So we need to do a free account with MailChimp as we start capturing people on forums or phone calls that we can drop into MailChimp with a double opt-in, and we can start email blasting people on a regular basis, right? Because you never know. A guy might be leasing by May or June. Why would you miss that? See, so, and they're looking right now, right? So you know how commercial leasing is. The guys did that at the Regis Mercantile. They're downstairs now in a different office space, but they had to give 60-day notice to get out. See what I'm talking about? It's that Trees for Forest deal, bro. So I kind of went on a little bit, but I'm going to try to help you. I got a hold of this gal right here, and she's just an analyst, but she did notice some things too. We probably need to get in here and completely fill this jazz out. This would be like that 85% of, you're having all your stuff set up and pricing would be me like running, half-baked ads on Google. They like it, but they're not real sure what it is, right? Same thing here. All right, brother. I'll talk to you soon.